My name is Roberta Evans, and it's my great pleasure to serve as the Dean of the Phyllis J. Washington College of Education and Human Sciences, and I want to welcome you all this evening to this wonderful event. Your musical entertainment was provided by my favorite band. Two of them are actually on our faculty in curriculum and instruction, Trent Atkins and Scott Honstein. Please stand. And the others, Sid Cass and Bob Finnegan. Please stand, Sid and Bob. Thank you for that delightful entertainment. Tonight is a night about achievement. From our signature Mary Frances Shreve Teaching Award for Excellence, to our invaluable program partners, to our incredibly generous scholarship donors and the outstanding students who are receiving awards tonight, we on the faculty and staff of my college stand in awe of all of you. You all play an integral role in our activities and the support of our programs, and it's a great treat to have you all here together with us. To begin these festivities, it's my privilege now to introduce my boss, a man who stands for academic excellence, student support and success, and frankly has brought fresh growth to the University of Montana, Provost Perry J. Brown.
Thank you, Bobby, and welcome to everybody. We're just so happy that you're here this evening. This is just a magnificent crowd. It's just wonderful to see the number of you that are here. We're going to begin our celebration with the college's Partnership Awards. These awards recognize programs and individuals for exemplary achievement. This college, as many of you know, is devoted to work designed to improve the lives of others, and it is vital to find professionals willing to support those goals. These partners have unselfishly given their valuable time as mentors, advocates, research associates, and facilitators to our college's programs across the state of Montana. To get started with these partnership awards, I introduce to you Lucy Hart-Paulson, Chair of the Communicative Science and Disorders Department, and she'll announce the first award. Lucy?
Thank you. Our awardee, and we're very proud of this, is Mary Pat LaForest. Mary Pat is a speech and language pathologist with the Missoula County Public School System, and she provides an opportunity for our students, and in her words, to jump right in and experience the world of a school-based speech and language pathologist. She has been so successful as a mentor that by the end of our practicum, she finds herself interacting with our students not as a student, but as a colleague, which is both a high honor and a compliment for our students, as well as a testament to Mary Pat's excellence in the CSD department as our partner. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Kirsten Murray. I'm the incoming chair of the Department of Counselor Education, and it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Kathy Joy and Mike Frost. They are from formerly known as Counseling and Psychological Services, now Counseling Services with Curry Health. They are an amazing site for our counseling interns and provide wonderful supportive supervision to our students, and we are in great debt to them every semester for the wonderful service they provide. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Georgia Cobbs, Chair of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. And as we described last year through the efforts of Dean Roberta Evans and the Superintendent Alex Apostle, our college was fortunate enough to receive a life-changing grant from Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation. It was a project known for the Shape P20, and I had the distinct pleasure tonight to recognize one of the many successful Shape P20 initiatives, the robotics implementation team led by our professor Lisa Blank. According to Thomas Edison, it took 1,000 tries before he developed a successful prototype for the light bulb. I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. This perspective of a successful failure is a quality that professionals in the fields of science, math, engineering, and technology insist and is essential for all K-12 and post-secondary graduates. Tonight, I had the distinct pleasure to recognize a team of educators working together to develop students who understand the great successes of taking on risks, students who can solve unstructured problems using tools of the 21st century. And so of that team, we have the NCPS Regional Director, Karen Allen. Karen, I know I saw you. There you are. Principals David Rott of Chief Charlo. Principal Brian Bissett of Lowell. I know he's out there somewhere. There you are. Thank you. And teachers Susie Graham, Jennifer Carlson, Chris Haxton, and Dan Bowden. Can you all stand? They were all wonderful parts of this team led by Lisa Blank. This wonderful team it was a pilot program for our robotics program. They led 80 students that required them to not only become successful programmers, but also to be patient, resilient problem solvers. It's a hard lesson to learn that robots not only cannot do what you tell them, but can only do what you program them to, not what you want them to do. And the students learn that. David Rott, thank you for accepting this award.
Good evening. I'm John Matt, and as Chair of the Department of Educational Leadership, it is my honor to present Dr. Mike Bundy of Two Eagle River School with our Partnership Award. Dr. Bundy and the staff of Two Eagle River fill a critical role for the state of Montana, and particularly for the Flathead Indian Reservation. And we are pleased to be able to work with them and partner with them to provide professional development in courses such as differentiated instruction, curriculum development, and a bevy, actually I would have said bunches, but Sarah said bevy, of other topics. The educational leadership faculty has learned a great deal from the alternative methods employed by Dr. Bundy and his staff, and we look forward to continued collaboration and growth in the sense of a true partnership. So without further ado, Dr. Mike Bundy.
Good evening. My name is Scott Richter. I'm the chairperson of Health and Human Performance. This year's Partnership Award for the Department of Health and Human Performance is Mary Pittaway. Mary is a Nutrition Services Manager for the Missoula City County Health Department. For over 20 years, and I found out it's almost 30, Mary has involved dozens of students in volunteer opportunities for community health, service opportunities, research projects. She has personally mentored numerous HHP students, undergrad and grad students, in internships. She also has mentored them in Special Olympics. She's quite involved in that. Our students appreciate Mary for her instrumental role in helping students find long-term employment, which is very important, with the Missoula City County Health Department. Our faculty appreciates Mary, the instrumental role she's played in developing grant proposals, as well as serving as a guest lecturer in many of our courses. Please join me in acknowledging Mary Pittaway and give her an applause, please.
Hi, thank you all for coming tonight. I'm Rick Vandenpaul, Director of the Institute for Educational Research and Service. In this role, I've observed that relatively few universities have succeeded in sustaining long-term partnerships with educational and social service systems that serve American Indian and Alaskan Native tribal members. However, 4 years ago this week, the Rocky Mountain region of Social Services of the Bureau of Indian Affairs in Billings formed a partnership with the National Native Children's Trauma Center under Marilyn Zimmerman's direction here in our college. Focused on the goal of creating a trauma-informed child welfare system for Native people, the University BIA partnership has logged thousands of hours of work, creating child, family, and staff support systems that hopefully will outlive all of our careers. These efforts would not be possible without the leadership and dedication of people like Jackie Tang, Associate Director of the Rocky Mountain region of the BIA, here receiving the award. Thank you very much for coming, and congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Bob Curry, Executive Director of the Montana Digital Academy, and I'm honored to recognize Jody Barber of the Linderman Education Center in the Kalispell Public School District. As you may have observed, Jody is not here this evening and sends her regrets, but in true example of her professionalism and dedication, she is in Billings attending the Student Advisory Board Summit, the State Superintendent's Advisory Board for Students. However, I would like to say a few words about Jody. She oversees the Alternative Education Center and has worked closely with the Montana Digital Academy to develop a model of alternative credit recovery for her students. Her staff works closely with us at MTDA to provide consistent communication, rigorous program expectations, and reliable access to standard-based, individualized curriculum, usually moving students through classes during intensive 3-week sessions and during summer school. Please join me in acknowledging our 2014 MTDA Partnership Award, and please know that in May, I plan to travel to the Kalispell District to deliver this award to Jody personally. Thank you very much, and please recognize Jody Barber as our award recipient.
As our servers continue clearing the tables, I'd like to introduce special guests with us tonight. First, from Helena, Montana, we're very pleased to have Dr. Kirk Miller, the Executive Director of the School Administrators of Montana. Kirk, please stand. Montana's Superintendent of the Year and UM graduate, Randy Klein. Montana's Teacher of the Year and UM graduate, Anna Baldwin. The Western Montana Association of School Superintendents, Regional Superintendent of the Year and UM graduate, Mike Magone. Past Mary Frances Shreve awardees. We have tonight with us Melody Burrison, Lori Rosberg, David Bixby, and Holly Snyder. Please stand. Members of the Phyllis J. Washington College of Education and Human Sciences Advisory Development Board, including, most notably, our board chair here from Arkansas, Harley Lewis. And other board members, Kathy Bartlett, Shane Barchi, Ron Whitmoyer, and Daniel Zalaski. Please stand. Members of the Dean's Undergraduate Student Advisory Board, Ani Haas, Shane Barchi, Kendall Pulaski, Jordan Froats, and their advisor, Jana Lutz. And of the Graduate Student Advisory Board to the Dean, they run the place, Ryder Delaloy and Daniel Zalaski. Campus executives here with us tonight, I'm very proud to introduce our new President and CEO of the UM Foundation, Shane Gies. Vice President of Student Affairs, Teresa Branch. And the Associate Vice President for Student Success, Sharon O'Hare. Now we have some special guests, including my husband, other colleagues from across the University of Montana who represent valuable support for our mission. Would you all please stand? Lori Gray, where are you? Lori Gray, stand. There she is. Okay. Now, I would like to recognize all field experience mentors outside the university. You who supervise our students in athletic training, cooperating teachers, library media specialists, counselor educators, speech and language pathologists, school psychologists, and university supervisors, please stand. School principals, executive regional directors, and superintendents, please stand. And finally, my wonderful colleagues in the college, professional staff, and faculty, will you please stand? On behalf of our students, I'm pleased to thank you for all you do, and now it's my pleasure to bring Provost Brown back to the podium.
Well, I hope everybody has had a good meal, and if you haven't quite finished, just continue to do that as we talk, I think. Since its inauguration in 1992, the Mary Frances Shreve Award for Teaching Excellence has brought much-deserved attention to the outstanding educators of Montana. Their work is exemplified by the legacy of the award's namesake, Mary Frances Shreve, about whom you will hear more tonight. We are most fortunate to have Mary Frances Shreve's daughter in attendance tonight to present this prestigious award. Dr. Janine Shreve, will you please come forward? And now I'm going to ask her to stand next to me while I talk about her for a little while.
Did I get to talk about you?
No. You get to talk about your mother. Janine is a Montana native. She received her BA from the University of Montana. She moved on to earn her master's degree at the University of Minnesota and received her PhD from the University of Washington in Seattle. Janine is an internationally known chemist, but she is far more. Dean Evans has described to me Dr. Shreve's extensive laboratory complex at the University of Idaho and the intricate and invaluable postdoctoral research and educational experiences she provides for new chemists. They travel from all around the globe to work with her, and together they form an impressive international team. I am also well aware of Dr. Shreve's exemplary work as a campus executive at the University of Idaho, where her leadership benefited all programs of the university. And when I think of her current international activity, I'm proud that a UM alumna envisioned and built such an impressive and important global educational agenda. Tonight, though, Dr. Janine Shreve is here as a daughter. To honor her mother, Mary Frances, a creative, dedicated, master elementary educator, Dr. Shreve provided this college with an award well known statewide for its impact upon teachers and their schools. Dr. Shreve described her mother's classroom as a joy to be in. And to foster that legacy, I invite her to honor both her mother and all master teachers with the 2014 Mary Frances Shreve Award for Teaching Excellence. She is going to make that presentation at this particular time. What's that over?
You're up to your, did you wear just waders or did you bring chest waders? Anyway, thank you very much, Provost. Most provosts are not so kind to me, so I doubly appreciate that. Well, some of you have been here probably as many times as I've been here, and they'll say, oh, not her again. But you'll be pleased to know I think every year my remarks get shorter. And I think that normally doesn't come with age, but anyway, it probably will tonight. It's very interesting to know that the winner tonight is from a school where our mother taught, St. Ignatius, Montana. And, well, our mother taught in many schools around the state. And I think she particularly enjoyed her time there at what we called Mission. Because when I went to high school in Thompson Falls, we used to play them in basketball. And they always had a great basketball team, and we were really very much afraid of what they would do to us. Mary Frances Shreve was a Montana girl. She was born in Deer Lodge. She was educated at Powell County High School, and then the then Dillon Normal School. Her first teaching job was in Snowshoe, Montana. Then the Depression came, and married women were not supposed to have jobs. After all, her husband, our father, had a job 3 days a week. Why should she need to work? But after a too long hiatus, in 1939, she reinvigorated her teaching career and completed an illustrious career 37 and a half years later as a master teacher in Butte, America, when the retirement age of 65 caught up with her. And I'm glad that it's gone away, I might add, since I still profess chemistry. In the interim time, the 39 and when she had to retire, she completed her bachelor's and her master's degree here at the University of Montana, and during that same time, both of her children had completed their PhDs. Mary Frances never stopped learning new things to improve the opportunities and challenges for the students in her classroom. No child was too poor, too underprepared, too undermotivated, or too lacking in ability not to deserve her fullest attention and affection. She took them on all sorts of adventures in and out of the classroom, and they were oh so better because of it. Every year, and this year is no exception, there are some wonderful descriptors in these nomination dossiers which are prepared for prospective candidates for this award. And there are many tonight that describe our new winner, which helped to continue the Mary Frances Shreve story. Powerful words such as positive, caring, understanding, sets high standards, makes learning fun and memorable. Isn't that what school is all about? But let's meet and hear from the 2014 Mary Frances Shreve Award for Teaching Excellence Award winner, Brenda Clauser of St. Ignatius Elementary. Brenda, can you? Very nice. Well, there are two checks here. One of them, Brenda says, Mary Frances Shreve Award teacher. That must be you. So there's your check, and I congratulate you on that. Then there's a second check, and it says Mary Frances Shreve Award, and then in big letters it says school. But what this really means is that the school gets the money, but you get to tell them how to spend the money.
Congratulations, Brenda. And now all of us have the privilege of watching her in action.
Having exemplars like Brenda Clauser is so important for our staff and for our children, for the capacity of our staff to grow and the capacity of our students to learn. It's just nice to have superstars like Brenda here. We have a number of superstars, but Brenda, she shines ever so bright.
Hi, I'm Tammy Demeen. I'm the principal at St. Ignatius. What makes Brenda a wonderful teacher is she's the teacher I would put my child in her classroom. She's warm and welcoming, yet the understanding and where she needs to take her children is there. She collaborates with her PLC, her colleagues, in providing the response to intervention that we all want for our kids. But she still has that warm and welcoming, traditional kind of approach for kindergarten. When we talk about early childhood, it really is the foundation for our schools. If they have bumps in their foundation or if they have gaps in their foundation, then it's going to be harder for those students each year. So we're really proud to have Brenda here that makes all of our students in the kindergarten come away with solid foundations.
Hi, I'm Deb Lewandowski. I'm the first grade teacher here at St. Ignatius. I've taught here going on 4 years. We have a lot of good teachers here, and it was really hard, but I really admire Brenda because she has done some great things here with the kindergartners. So I think she's an outstanding kindergarten teacher, so I decided I'm going to nominate her.
My name's Bob Lewandowski. I've been here for 4 years. I've been a superintendent for 10 years, administrator for a number of years, and at one time, a former English teacher. We have a summative assessment we give every year. It's NWAA. It's Measures of Academic Progress. And that measures the learning and the growth of a student in a given year. And Brenda's students have consistently scored at the very top, the highest in our schools, K through 12. She's doing some exceptional things for kids, and it's hard not to notice that. And when the data speaks to that, it's the proof in the pudding. Brenda and what she's done with the measures of academic progress and her kids, the amount of learning that takes place, the amount of growth that takes place from every kid, not just from those kids that have a great deal of ability, but those kids who struggle. They're reaching their growth goals, and we're just so proud of what she's done. And I'm looking forward to what she's going to be able to do.
My name is Brenda Clauser, and I am a teacher at St. Ignatius Elementary School. I've been here for 9 years, going on my 10th. And kindergarten is a huge foundation. for their futures. And we work with a lot of children who come into our district who are not able to write names, who don't recognize letters of the alphabet, and that the way that the state is moving and the way that the curriculum is moving, we have a small period or window of opportunity to work with those children and get those skills underneath them. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Dr. Janine Shreve for this opportunity and award. It's very humbling, and I'm very excited to receive the award. Her generosity and her support in education is such a huge factor for all educators, and we can't do it without people who are willing to give and know the struggles of what teachers go through in education.
What a great honor, and congratulations, Brenda. Now I want to present another award. In 2007, we honored Marlene Bachman as she retired following 38 years of outstanding service to her department, our campus, and the Office of Field Experiences. It's my pleasure to introduce our 6th annual Marlene Bachman Student Teaching Award, named after my colleague and friend who is with us here tonight, along with the recipient. Would you both come and join me on the stage, please? This award is presented to a teacher candidate who has exhibited outstanding pedagogical and professional skills reflecting Marlene's own high standards and dedication to the field. Let me tell you about the winner, Mr. Jimmy Hudson. From Jamaica, he came to the University of Montana having taught grades 4 and 5, but wanting a United States teaching license. He completed his student teaching experience under the mentorship of cooperating teacher Catherine Shuck at Rattlesnake Elementary, where Mr. Hudson's nomination described impressive work. She wrote, "Jimmy presented content in a way that students could understand. He thrived on relevant learning, brought many engaging science experiments and creative grammar skits to our classroom with song, choreography, and more. Students loved it and will remember it." Finally, one of Montana's funniest principals, Jerry Seidensticker, principal of Rattlesnake, said, "More parents provided positive feedback regarding Mr. Hudson's teaching effectiveness than any other candidate the school has ever had." It's my pleasure now to present this award. At this time, I'm very pleased to introduce a team partner and colleague, friend of mine. Erica Tweet is our Director of Development and Alumni Relations, and she will be describing an unprecedented 15 new student scholarships we have this evening. Tweet?
Hello. Brought some water because, as she said, it's going to be a little bit of a speech, so bear with me. One of the most meaningful ways of ensuring that our college's 84-year tradition of academic excellence will continue to be available to the most talented and dedicated students is through the generosity of friends of the college in establishing student scholarships. It's my privilege to be able to work with our generous alumni and friends on a daily basis. Hearing their stories and the passion that they have and their excitement for giving back to higher education is so inspiring. It's a genuine pleasure to now introduce our new 2014-15 scholarships and to recognize the benefactors of these meaningful gifts. The Adrian Cordy Memorial Scholarship has been established to support UM students with a connection to the outdoors who are pursuing certification as a wilderness emergency medicine technician. This award honors Adrian Cordy, our beloved colleague and friend who passed away unexpectedly last year. This recognizes her tremendous contribution to the Department of Health and Human Performance. A celebrated runner here in Missoula, he literally runs a race almost every weekend and just told me tonight he's running 4 races this weekend. Bob Hayes hopes to honor both physical and academic achievement, as well as to honor his good friend Georgia Cobbs by establishing the C&H Scholarship. In the first and third year, the scholarship is awarded to students majoring in health and human performance. And in the second and fourth year, recipients will be teacher education candidates in the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Bob, will you please stand so we can extend our appreciation? I will say on a personal note, I also found out that Bob is a man of many talents. He found out about my obsession with donuts during one of our conversations, and the next morning a bag of fresh homemade donuts showed up on my desk. So thank you again, Bob, for those. The D. Harvey Scholarship for Community Enhancement through Service Learning has been established by Dr. Ryan and Kimberly Schrenk in memory of Kim's aunt, Diane L. Harvey. Diane was a proud Montana native and businesswoman who owned and operated a beauty salon and boutique in eastern Montana for most of her adult life. She actively gave to her community through service and goodwill, and her acts of kindness bettered the lives of those around her. Diane loved her work and recognized that sometimes the little things one can do for others, perhaps a good haircut, could make a big difference. This scholarship recognizes students who are determined and committed to continue in their field of study despite the hardships that may come from dedicating their time and efforts to bettering the lives of those around them. Ryan and Kim have joined us this evening. Will you please stand so we can recognize your generous contribution? A beloved member of the college family, Professor Dean Sorensen touched the lives of many throughout the university, Missoula, Montana, and the country. The Dr. L. Dean Sorensen Memorial Scholarship honors Dean's passion for educational leadership and will support graduate students working toward completion of a master's degree and certification in K-12 school administration. We are also privileged to announce the inaugural 2014-15 UM Ed Ready Scholar Awards. Developed through a generous gift from the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation, 10 scholars will be identified this summer to help launch Montana's statewide Ed Ready initiative, which is designed to help students boost their scores on placement exams and strengthen skills in mathematics. Provided by the Elizabeth Wakeman Henderson Charitable Foundation, the Henderson Foundation Environmental Education Scholarship provides financial assistance for UM students under the direction of Dr. Fletcher Brown. These students are engaged in teaching, training, projects, or research in the area of environmental education and sustainability. Fletcher Brown, will you please stand so we can recognize the student support you have facilitated through your work with the Henderson Foundation. Intermountain and the University of Montana are furthering their growing collaboration with the establishment of the Intermountain Children's Home Doctoral Fellowship. Both organizations have collaborated to provide Complete Your Dream scholarship assistance to Intermountain clients seeking a college degree. This fellowship is generously funded by UM alumni Warren and Betsy Ross Wilcox. Through generous funding provided by John and Susan Zagra, graduate students studying elementary education now have the opportunity to apply for support specifically for the purchase of course books and materials. The John and Susan Zagra Graduate Education Book Award establishes a preference for students who demonstrate academic excellence and who plan to work with at-risk students in rural settings. The Kenneth Allen McCure Memorial Scholarship was established by Judith Lydia McCure to honor her brother Kenneth, a graduate of UM. He taught in Japan for nearly 30 years and subscribed to a vision of global good citizenship through international education. He inspired friends, family, and students with his deep interest in other cultures, his intercultural tolerance, and a legacy of encouragement and scholarship. Judith, the director of Brio Multimedia, a social enterprise that operates Learn to Share and Fun for Good to encourage the creative and educational development of young people, has traveled from Australia to be here this evening and is joined by Peter Payne and Willem Beekman. Would all three of you please stand so we can recognize your generous support of students who plan to complete international field experiences and continue Kenneth's legacy. We're not done yet. This past year, the Montana education community pulled together to create the Orville Getz Memorial Scholarship in recognition of one of its most respected school administrators. Carla Getz, Orville's wife, partnered with the Montana Educators Credit Union to develop this scholarship, which supports currently employed K-12 teachers and administrators who return to school to pursue advanced coursework in educational leadership. Great friends of the college and the entire university, the Peterson family established a new scholarship to support students with an interest in health and wellness. Students enrolled in the Health and Human Sciences Department are benefiting from the support provided by the Peterson Family Scholarship Award. The Teacher Education Peer Tutor Scholarship is designed to build connections among pre-education majors by recruiting students in good academic standing to tutor their peers who may benefit from additional support in core content classes. Through this generous scholarship, we are building a strong core of highly qualified teacher candidates who will in turn help shape a bright future for education. Now, I'm sure many of you attended the AAUW Montana Phi Delta Kappa used book sale a few weeks ago. I did, and bought way too many books, where books are sold by the inch to eager reading enthusiasts from across our community. Through this event, PDK members have provided long-term support for the education of future teachers, and they have generously added the Phi Delta Kappa Chapter 78 Graduate Education Scholarship this year. Dr. Nancy Zadra, President, and Patricia Waylett, Treasurer, are both in attendance this evening, along with their AAUW colleague, Ann Sharkey. Please stand so we can all extend our appreciation for your dedication to the field of education and your ongoing student support. The Tough Kids Cool Counseling Scholarship provides support for counselor education program students who are engaged in unpaid internships dedicated to working with youth who face economic, educational, and emotional challenges. In establishing this scholarship, the providers hope to inspire others to reflect and think about helping out students who are learning to make a difference in the lives of others. In their words, even the smallest amount can make a world of difference to a student. To honor his parents, Lyle Glasscock and his wife Shirley have established the Vernon and Myrtle Glasscock Scholarship. Vernon used to tell his son, "If I give you money, someone can take it from you. But if I give you an education, no one can take that away." This generous award supports Montana residents pursuing secondary education licensure with an emphasis in general sciences, mathematics, or English. Please join me in one more round of applause to acknowledge these groups and individuals who are making a difference, one student at a time. And now it is my pleasure to invite the 2014-15 scholarship awardees to come forward to be recognized.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Peter Knox, and I'm the Communications and Outreach Manager for the College of Education and Human Sciences. And it's my distinct pleasure to be able to announce our 2014-15 scholarship awardees and to recognize the benefactors of these great gifts, many of whom are here with us this evening. To begin, we have the recipient of the Donald C. and Patricia Orlich Scholarship, Daniel Landy. The James and Sodie Jones Math and Science Scholarship, recipient Christine Bowles. The Adrian Cordy Memorial Scholarship recipient, David Norris. Our recipient of the Peterson Family Scholarship and the George and Margaret Sarsfield Scholarship, Jamie Pathausen. And we have a few more recipients of the George and Margaret Sarsfield Scholarship, Callie Van Valkenburg, Ciara Gorman, and Emily Simpson. And our recipient of the DJ Wadham Scholarship, Madison Meredith. So we have a few more of these too. For our recipients of the Phi Delta Kappa Chapter 78 Undergraduate Education Scholarship, and we actually we're fortunate to have our donors of this scholarship here with us, Nancy Zadra and Patricia Whalett. If we could thank you guys again for your participation and support. Our first recipient, Caitlin Fowler. Alicia LaRock. And Jordan Frotz. Our recipient of the Phi Delta Kappa Chapter 78 Graduate Education Scholarship, as well as the John and Susan Zagra Graduate Education Book Award, Tyler Bowen. Recipient of the Royal and Norma Johnson Family Scholarship, Nicole Loris. Recipient of the Thomas Martin Ferrier Memorial Scholarship, Dwayne Schlabach. Recipient of the Floyd and Marlis Ann Bochi Scholarship, Iceland Heavy Runner Ryu. Recipient of the Edwin Boone Craighead Scholarship, Carla Bird. A recipient of the George and Laureen Harris Scholarship, Anne Blanche Adams. Our recipients tonight of the Maureen Beasley Rovig Scholarship in Education, Catherine Matthews, Kylie Perchio, and Hallie Wilson. Our recipient of the Linus J. Carlton Scholarship, Hugh Kingery. And our second recipient, Jeanette Murnane. Our recipient of the Mildred Dufresne Memorial Scholarship, Joshua Kreiner. Recipient of the Sally Holliker Linnell and Wayne Linnell Scholarship, Kelly McHugh. Recipient of the Dr. John J. Hunt Scholarship, Grace Harris. The recipient of the Tough Kids Cool Counseling Scholarship, Umit Arslan. The recipient of the Henderson Foundation Environmental Education Scholarship, Rose Dixon. The recipient of the Ethel and Peter DeWitt Sr. and Marjorie and Robert Stevenson Scholarship, Laura Kenyon. The recipient of the Ernest G. and Jeanette M. Lake Scholarship, Aaron O'Reilly. The recipient of the Vernon and Myrtle Glasscock Scholarship in Education, Mariah Risakora. Tonight we are honored to award the Lavina and Jasper Lewis Scholarship, and we have Carrie Powers receiving that award, and we're fortunate enough to have Harley and Mrs. Lavina Lewis in the audience with us, if we could thank them today as well. The recipient of the Noah Jennings Scholarship, Haley Jones. For the C&H Scholarship, Sarah Palmer. The recipient of the Paul Foley Memorial Scholarship goes to Sarah Vandermeulen. The recipient of the Janet Fowler Dargett Scholarship is Jordan Krause. Receiving the Walter R. Ames Memorial Scholarship, Kendra Emmett. Receiving the Walter and Elaine Anderson Scholarship tonight, we have two recipients, Jane Reynolds and Shelby Swant. The recipient of this year's D. Harvey Scholarship for Community Enhancement through Service Learning is Stephen Legrid. Tonight, our recipient of the William C. Shreve Education Administration Scholarship, as well as the Rural Educational Leaders Scholarship and the Orville Getz Memorial Scholarship, Aaron Ellis. Tonight, our recipients of the Noyce Scholarships go to Annalisa Schaefer, Bo Servo, and Wesley Craddy. And last but not least, we have our recipients of the Team Scholarships, supported by Dr. Morgan Allwell, who is in our audience today. If we could have Morgan Allwell stand and be recognized, please. Our recipients are Desiree Corriero, Colleen Bueller. And recipient of a team scholarship as well as the Darrell and Elsie Minifee Scholarship, we have Jennifer Schaefer-Clausen. And we have another recipient of the Orville Getz Memorial Scholarship, Sean Gant. Well, congratulations again to all of you recipients. Finally, please join me in acknowledging 2 additional awards whose recipients were unable to be here tonight. First, the Western Montana Retired Educators Association Scholarship. We are pleased to have Carmelita Bullock, president of the Western Montana Retired Educators Association, here with us this evening. Please stand, Carmelita, so we can recognize the generosity of your association in supporting the preparation of future teachers. Additionally, we are very grateful to have Dale Olinger here, principal of Lolo Elementary School, tonight representing the Western Montana Association of Elementary and Middle School Principals. Dale, please stand so we can recognize the association's support of graduate students in elementary school administration through the annual Jim Atkinson WMAE MSP Scholarship.
Thank you so much for your time and attention and interest in this event tonight and your dedication to this college. These scholarships, these awards, these achievements are what raise all of us in our expectations, our hopes, and the nation's future promise. So we are most grateful. Some brief thank yous. This event would not be possible without the generosity and support of President Royce Engstrom and Provost Perry Brown. We are very grateful. And finally, I'd like to introduce the planning committee who have worked for months on this gala. They are Luke Alford, please stand, Don Earl, Emmy Graybeal, our Associate Dean, Susan Harper Whalen, Leona Hastings, Sarah Noble, Peter Knox, Megan Lenz, Jana Lutz, Nancy Mara, Katie Mulford, Echo Ryan, Jesse Thompson, and Erica Tweet. And finally, a good night, and hope you stay and enjoy some wonderful music and dancing by the workers. I would be remiss not to thank the 2 Jerrys in my life. My greatest cheerleader, Jerry Fluke, please stand, my mother. And Jerry Evans, whom you met before, my husband. Thank you all. Have fun. Good night.
I think she forgot somebody. We need to say a special thank you to Dean Bobby Evans for all of her work.